Yeah, LMU, Dan did hit 9, but we're all in the first half. So one more in the second half, and you'd still be at the top of the hill. There's a loose ball. Pangos after it. That's Garrett Jefferson, number 2, with it. Now Johnson lines up the 3, and his first hit. And Hawaii with a 1-point lead, Rich.
Can't give him any kind of space, and it's unfortunate off a loose ball situation. He finds an open look. So far in this ball game, the first 9 minutes, he's done a nice job of crawling up into him and getting into his space.
Stokes really hounding Stockton there. Here's Bell for 3. Gonzaga warming up now from behind the arc. They lead it by 2.
A nice play from David. Despite the ball pressure, once he gathered himself, he drove that pressure. That's what you want to do. Too often you see players start playing on their heels, turn their back to the pressure. You get a guy up into you, look to attack him with the dribble.
Stokes just dribbled it right off of his knee. Gonzaga basketball, good call. Stokes doesn't like it, but it was right here in front of us.
Well, I disagree, Greg.
You think
it definitely went off of David Stockton's leg. Yeah. Coach Arnold with Hawaii has definitely got something to say to that one, because I saw that right off David's leg.
I saw it go off of Stokes' leg.
Well, maybe you have a 2-foot different viewpoint than I do.
I plead the 5th.
Hawaii basketball. Foul called here on Stockton.
That's one of the things with David in his size. He's going to get guys that climb up into him. Yeah. How you attack that pressure is exactly what Richard just said a minute ago. Attack the pressure. That time, David attacked the pressure, but with his upper body, with the forearm up into the chest. You attack it by getting your shoulders down, getting by a guy, putting dribble pressure on him.
Stokes, jump shot is off. Marquise Carter, the rebound. Up court, Spangler, lay-in.
You're going to see Ryan get more minutes. A solid 5 minutes against WSU, 3 rebounds. I believe 2 of those coming on the offensive glass. Not going to play a ton of minutes this year unless some foul trouble comes along.
There's Marquise Carter.
Marquise, great in the passing lanes, but he opened himself up there to a problem. Get that steal, you're 2-3 steps ahead of a guy. Get to the bucket quicker. Hawaii had a chance to foul and put foul pressure on, maybe even block the shot if he wouldn't slow down anymore.
Thomas, Spangler on the floor, got it back and converts.
You see right there, David, that ball pressure's on you. Just look to attack it with the dribble. I mean, Dan, you know that as well as anybody. And particularly in college, it's any kind of hand check's an automatic foul. And guys naturally want to put their hand on your hip. But if you start playing, moving away from the rim, playing on your heels, guys can get away with that. You start putting some ball pressure on defenders, that's an automatic whistle for the official.
Yeah, and as a point guard, if they're pressuring you and you want to get fouled, this isn't the time and situation to do it, because you're not in the bonus yet. You get in the bonus, it changes a little bit, because then you're shooting free throws.
16 fouls on Hawaii, 1 more to you into the bonus. Zachary lost it. Spangler picked it up, missed it, loose, got it back somehow, and he traveled. No bucket, but what an effort by Spangler.
Great effort by the freshman there. That's going to earn him a lot of minutes throughout this season.
And as he gets more comfortable with the size, the length at the Division I level, he'll start finishing some of those plays. That's part of the adjustment for any player coming in, particularly for a post player. In high school, you're not used to guys by the rim trying to make plays. At this level, you got 2 or 3.
Johnson way off on that shot. Here's Carter with it. Not a good shot by Johnson.
Yeah, but for Hawaii, they live with the fact he's going to have 3 or 4 of those a game, because he might knock down a couple.
Bell got caught in the air on that pass. Johnson transition 3.
And there's the difference right there. The last 2 shots, Zane Johnson. That one, catch and shoot 3. The one before, Gonzaga trailed him on the screen, made him put the ball on the floor before he shot the 3, missed that one. Got to run him off the line, make him put the ball on the floor.
And even if he ends up shooting a shot behind the 3-point line after a dribble or 2, that's still not his game. He's not nearly as effective. You're exactly right, Dan. Get into his space and make him put the ball on the floor.
Bell missed it. Zachary the rebound and a chance for 3. Zachary's first bucket of this game. He's got 5 rebounds.
The best thing Rob did right there was got the offensive rebound and he kept it high. He's at times struggles when he gets offensive rebounds and he doesn't finish because he'll bring the ball down to where the guards can get a hand on it, or he'll go up slowly. That time he kept it high, went right back up, and he was able to finish as well as get the foul.
And that's 8 offensive rebounds for GU here early, rather midway through the first half. That's the kind of pressure you put on the offensive glass. So second chance opportunities. And even if you don't come up with a bucket off of every offensive rebound, there's a ton of foul pressure you're putting on those frontline players for whoever you're playing against. And we've seen that now in the first 2 games of the year. GU's done an excellent job of putting foul pressure, getting bigs in foul trouble for the opposing team.
Gary Bell Jr. out of the game, replaced by Kevin Pangos. So a freshman for a freshman. That was Wiseman taking it the distance, and now another travel inside. Joaquin with the rebound, but then shuffled the feet. We've got a timeout. 7:57 to play first half. We've got a 4-point game, despite Gonzaga shooting 7 of 22, 32%. We'll be right back. Gonzaga up by 4 on Hawaii at Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia. Gonzaga shooting 7 of 22, not the great offensive fluidness that we generally get out of a Gonzaga team, Richard, but it's early, right? And it's a young team. I mean, we're going to see a lot of this.
It's the first time this team has been in a neutral court. You know, particularly like an NBA-style arena. There's a depth issue for shooters. You see it right now. GU shooting about 22% from the three-point line. Really, really struggling. But near the rim, a little bit better, 5 of 13. I think if you're GU, overemphasize that here in the first half. Keep getting the ball near the basket.
Interesting, Dan. They put Zane Johnson on Stockton.
Well, I think they're probably looking at considering David a non-shooter as he knocks one down.
Then he hits the 3 over Johnson.
Which is exactly what David has to do. He has yet to score going into tonight's game. If he can do that, keep defenses honest against him as well, that's going to be a great thing for Gonzaga throughout the year.
Joaquin on Sacre. Can't move him, can he? No. Has to fall away and missed everything. Wiseman with the rebound, but was standing on the end line. Gonzaga basketball.
That was great defense by Rob, standing the big up as he's trying to back him down, but at the same time, a guard, you can dig in there, create a little bit more havoc, and continue to get back to your own when the ball's kicked out.
Yeah, but you know, I look at it like, if you're GU, you can live with Rob trying to guard Joaquin one-on-one, and that's the benefit of Rob is, you know, he's a good shot blocker, you know, not an elite shot blocker, but you never have to double when he's guarding a guy one-on-one in the post.
But with 5 dribbles, the foul pressure that you put on Rob Sacre is in Hawaii's advantage, not Gonzaga's.
I will agree to disagree.
We got a foul called there on Pangos. So Pangos picks up his first personal foul. That's 4 on GU. Pangos home in Canada, too. It's interesting. This is where the Vancouver Canucks play here. Kevin grew up playing a little bit of hockey. He looks like a hockey player. He doesn't look like a basketball player. You look at him and say, that's a hockey guy. Free throw line.
What does a hockey player look like?
Well, kind of that.
Tougher than a basketball player.
Yeah, that 5'10", 5'11", 6-foot kind of guy, kind of thick, you know.
Okay. I don't think I would pass for a hockey player then.
No. You're far too pretty.
Tell you what, Richard would be a heck of a goalie. Just throw him right there in front of goal.
Tell you what.
Very few hockey pucks are getting by him.
It's because I'm quick and I'm, you know, not because of my size. Right?
Yeah, sure. Rosittis hits the first end as you see Johnson talking things over with Gib Arnold, the head coach. And Manas Merninghoff checking back into the game for GU, number 22.
It's a nice luxury for Hawaii. Joaquin comes out of the game. You can bring in a 7-footer. And Rosittis, not as talented, but anytime you can bring that kind of size off your bench, you like that as a coach.
Spoken from a true footer.
Hey, you can't teach height.
Stockton, open his Sacre. Can he finish?
Can't teach
He hesitated.
But you cannot teach court vision like that. Great pass from David Stockton.
I agree. We missed it earlier, but Ryan ended up missing it. Easy shot off an offensive rebound when Rob missed his initial look. But David has got that ability, can really distribute the ball.
Well, we got a technical foul called here, Richard, on Gib Arnold. He's been barking at the officials already and got the technical foul. We're 6:25 into the first half. So we've got drama brewing already in Vancouver. Team down by 6, and they're going to put Zachary at the line to shoot the technical fouls.
I'm going to limit say there's no other country or team in the country that lets their 7-footers shoot the technical foul.
Maybe ever.
So, wow.
I would have to agree with you. We don't agree much, but that time I will agree.
Every once in a while it happens.
Well, with what he did against Washington State, what he's done over his career, he's one of the best in the history of this program, guard or otherwise. And there's Rob's mom right there.
Great lady.
Yeah, she is.
She's been around the program.
And she knows she's
5
on TV,
years.
I think, huh?
She's a little nervous now. But he comes from great stock. His father has been up a couple times. I've had a chance to talk to him. Great guy. He's got great stories about playing in the NFL. And, you know, Rob's close to both his parents. It's a unique relationship he has with them. And I think being able to come up here and play at home is something that, you know, I was fortunate enough to have being at University of Colorado, being so close to home. But most kids, and Dan, you can speak to this, until you got to GU, were able to go to Portland and play in the WCC, don't get that opportunity. A lot of kids don't get that opportunity, and that's too bad. It's a great experience.
No, a lot of good programs try to give a game for some of their older seniors before they're able to graduate if they're not from that area. So I definitely think it's a great thing that Gonzaga was able to get this game scheduled here in Vancouver and give Rob a homecoming, so to speak.
If keep recruiting Canadian kids, you might have to do this more often.
Well, you know, I'm sure that was part of the plan to continue to give Gonzaga a presence up here, because there is good basketball played in Canada. It's just not as well known as other parts of America.
Zachary now with 5 consecutive free throws to open this game, and that lead now is at 10, 25-15. When you say he's from good stock, his mom played basketball at LSU, his dad played football, and then went on to the NFL. So genetically, he is from great stock, and there's a three-point shot from the corner by Hans Brereton out of Tennessee, 6'6", 210 junior. 7-point game. Stockton in the corner. Into the middle, lost the handle, stripped away, and a foul called here.
Late whistle, but that's the right call. It looked like he got hit in the forearm as he was looking to make that pass. And we talked about it earlier. We've talked about it several times. Hawaii, known for their defensive effort, ended up last year top 10 in the country, holding teams about 39% from the field. They really try to get up into you, limit your space. Don't allow you guys to get comfortable on that perimeter. And GU tonight's done, for the most part, an excellent job of driving that pressure, breaking down the defense, and forcing that defense to have to shift, help. And as a result, they've gotten some nice dump downs inside and been able to kick it out to some shooters.
That foul called on Brereton, his first, team's 9th. Stockton 1 of 2 from the line. 8-point game. And Gonzaga on a 9-1 run. Most of those points coming from the free throw line. There's Merninghoff right into Johnson, doing a good job guarding Johnson tonight. That shot way off by DeVries. He's a big body, Richard.
Yeah, not going to give you much offensively, but with that size, he can do some things on the glass and defensively. Has a nice high-low look inside. We've seen that a bunch already this year. Nice feed and a nice finish from Elias.
Harris now with 6 points.
You notice Merninghoff is doing a great job trailing Zane Johnson on all these screens now, not giving him any open looks.
That shot off by Johnson.
Once again, run him off that shot, make him put the ball on the floor, create a tougher shot.
There's Carter. That was a tough pass for Rosittis. Lob up court. Harris.
Way to run the floor by Harris. Great job running the floor. David Stockton, great job finding him.
Second assist for David. Just has that vision. It's so nice. Your backup point guard comes in and provides a lot of the same attributes. A kid who can handle the ball, is, a pest defensively, but more than anything, both Kevin and David can really feed the basketball. And that's a luxury this program really hasn't had the last couple of years. As talented as Dimitri Goodson was in a lot of other areas, passing the ball and shooting the basketball really weren't it. And you see the pass over the top. Nice patience from Elias. Lets the first defender fly by and goes up strong.
Well, their skill set fits Coach Few's eye much better than Dimitri Goodson did. Dimitri was a good player, On the defensive end, offensively, he had his limitations as far as shooting the ball. Did an okay job taking care of it. But Kevin Pangos especially really fits Coach Q's eye as far as having a point guard who can shoot it, create for himself, create for others, make smart decisions, and lead the team. And David, as your backup, has a great feel for the game, is becoming a better shooter